So some of the benefits, well, one is that it's reducing your printing footprint. Now, when you go through this program, you'll know that the emissions associated with the paper manufacturing, the electricity component of the paper manufacturing, the electricity that's used by the printer, those emissions have been avoided by the purchase or generation of Greenie certified renewable energy by those companies. So it really fits in with a larger strategic goal by a lot of organizations of reducing their emissions, and it fits nicely into operations. It doesn't have to be it may come at no cost, or it may come at maybe a small cost depending on if the printer might be charging a little extra to provide this, but typically it's a low-cost way to an easy way to reduce an organization's printing footprint. It helps to demonstrate your commitment to renewable energy. As I mentioned, the Greenie logo is nationally recognized, and by it appearing on your products, you do get to showcase the fact that you are a supporter of renewable energy, that you're aware environmentally and looking to lead in this area. And you get the association with a nationally recognized nonprofit third-party certification program. And finally, I would say that it does lead, particularly to for printers and for paper companies as well, and potentially even for end users, to new business opportunities. The demand for green goods is certainly continuing to grow. It's still growing, despite a downturn in the economy. It's been indicated to us numerous times that association with Greenie has opened the doors for many different businesses. And the great thing as well is that it's available to everyone. So this is a program that, from any small organization to any large multinational company, folks can take advantage of this. Everyone has printing that they do. So going through this program is an extra step that should be a simple step, and as we grow this program, it should become more widespread and more easily accessible as well. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and begin to open up for some questions. I do think there were some questions that came in, and I apologize if there was some slides that weren't seen earlier. It looks like there was a little bit of a glitch. So it looks like we did have one question that came in about whether or not there's a fee for use of the logo, and there's not necessarily a designated fee. It could be that the printer may charge an extra fee to be able to provide the logo. That's kind of up to them, and it's really meant to be a kind of at their discretion and kind of a market-based decision. If there's any other questions that folks have, please feel free to enter them into the chat box, and we can go ahead and answer those questions.
Great, thank you, Warren. For helping businesses understand how they can print with renewable energy as a way to help them reduce their carbon footprint. I think, again, sorry for the inability for the slides to advance early on. We were able to correct that in the middle of the presentation. I think, though, Warren, one slide that was looked over was the examples of what the Greenie logo can be printed on. I wonder maybe we can go back to that slide. And maybe you can kind of talk about what have been some of the requests that we've received, weekly, showing as a show of demand where these organizations can use the Greenie logo.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think that we see demand, occurring in a number of different areas. We have seen folks that when they're doing some type of product launch or some type of brochure for their company, they're typically, that may be a common request that comes in. We have seen annual reports that have been requested to use the Greenie logo. Really, the possibilities are wide-ranging so that you can actually use the Greenie logo in many different areas, and that's been indicative of the requests that we've gotten to internally.
Great. One question that came through is, are all paper lines, I guess one question we could also ask in addition to that is, are all marketplace printers eligible for this program, and are all of their paper lines from the paper manufacturers eligible as well?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So all paper lines that are shown on our greenie.org/reprint website are eligible. But not all paper lines from the companies that are listed in our program are eligible. Each of those companies, the paper companies, have to submit data to us, electricity usage data and purchase or generation data to cover the energy or electricity associated with the paper line. So in other words, they're looking at specific paper lines to use the Greenie logo with, to show that have been made and manufactured with renewable energy, and those are the ones that we're certifying. The other ones, there may be a number of paper lines that a paper company has that are not eligible for this program, which would not have been shown to us as to having an appropriate amount of renewable energy matching their electricity usage. So in other words, though a paper company is in the program, you need to check to make sure that the paper line that they offer is in fact eligible. From a printing company standpoint, we do have the ability to have printers in the marketplace program that are not at the 100% level. However, for the marketplace reprint program, for this program, all printers will need to be at that 100% level. So just because a printer is in the Greenie marketplace program does not necessarily make them and give them the ability to be in this program. They have to be at the 100% level.
And with the 100% level, what was the kind of, how do I know if the printer is 100%? I mean, we have a list on our website that people can go to be able to find who these printers are. Yeah,
that's right. So all the eligible paper lines and the eligible printers will be listed on the reprint website.
So maybe since this is an introductory presentation, maybe talk a little bit about if printers are on the line, paper manufacturers, what's sort of the first steps they can do to use renewable energy?
Sure. Yeah. If you're a printer or a paper manufacturer that's looking at this program, one of the things that you can do is certainly start to evaluate what your electricity usage is and what type of purchase you would need to make in order to participate in the program. In other words, total up your megawatt hours. You're able to find providers of renewable electricity through the Greenie marketplace, the Greenie website. That's something that we're happy to help out with too if you're looking for a provider of renewable energy. And get in touch with us as well to be able to make sure that you're aware of exactly where the boundaries are for for the paper line or for the printing. Those are things that we're happy to clarify and point you in the right direction if you're looking to do this. Yeah. So thank you.
Okay. And then please again feel free to post any questions you have in the question box or in the chat. We'll receive it that way. One question is sort of what is the quality of paper that these paper manufacturers will provide? Will I still be able to get the quality, the glossiness in my paper that I use now for my annual report or sustainability report?
Yeah, I mean it's question. I mean, really, these are paper lines that can fit a number of different uses, and I would suggest that most uses should be able to have a paper line. There should be a paper line in our program that can fit your need. So I wouldn't say that that's a big deterrent. These are quality papers from quality paper companies, and so that would be answered in short to that. I would also say that many of these paper lines do offer other certification programs as well. So they or carry other certifications. So many of them will be FSC certified or SFI certified. Some of them are ancient forest friendly. Yeah, it's kind of also interesting to note that we did have one of the paper companies in our program had a paper that they used that was Greenie certified, used on the presidential invitations for the inauguration a couple years back. So that would assume that would indicate some level of high level of quality.
Great. Well, I think that's all the questions that we have. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to contact either Oren or I. We'll go ahead and show you the slide with our contact information on it. And also, a lot of the questions coming through is if we will be providing these questions online, and we will. Again, the presentation was recorded and will be available for download. These resources, the slides and the video, are available or will be available on our website. It's green-e.org/marketplace. Look for the publications link, and you'll find all the resources there, including case studies and other research documents. Additionally, if you want to learn more about the Greenie reprint program, or if you would like to join, go to our website. It's the reprint website. That's green-e.org/reprint. And we invite you to join us for future webinars. We try to offer about 3 every year. This is the 3rd of our series. Also, follow us on Twitter. The tag is available on the slide in front of you.
And one other item that I'd like to mention as well is that each year the Center for Resource Solutions co-hosts a conference with the Department of Energy and the EPA. This year we're going to have a conference in Portland, and it's going to be October 19th through the 22nd. At the conference, at the Wednesday during the lunch session, we'll actually be presenting again on the Greenie reprint program, and really hope that if you're in the Portland area, you can join us for lunch. We should have some paper companies and printers from the area, some folks that sell renewable energy, and maybe some folks from the graphic design community as well that should be represented there. So we think that's a good opportunity to continue this conversation, and encourage you to get in touch with us if you do have any questions after the webinar.
Great. Oren, again, I'd like to thank you for the presentation today and all of you that attended today. We look forward to seeing you again on future webinars and hearing from you soon. Thanks again, and have a great day.